Phil,
What's happening?
what's
Oh,
up?
I forgot to plug the light in.
Oh, why? Oh, this is just. Oh, here we go. Go ahead, fix it. Don't worry. See, this is what I go through. If I have a microphone issue, all during the pre-show checks, he never says a thing. He waits. So I did it back to him. His light wasn't on, and I didn't tell him. So,
All right,
there.
the show can start now.
Can we restart the countdown? You want to restart the countdown and do it over again?
No, I think we're good. I didn't realize I forgot that.
I can't believe you did that.
I know. Well,
Is this your first episode? Are you rusty?
no, I've
What's
been
going
running
on?
around all morning, so that's why.
Running around.
Yeah,
Not on your knee.
no, not on my knee, but I went to the knee doctor today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. Get some other. My knee's been feeling better,
Yeah.
so
Good.
yeah, can't complain.
I mean,
So we got some good stuff to talk about today, huh? The future
Yeah.
of bowling, 2025 and beyond.
That's right. In the year of our Lord, 2025 and beyond.
2025. Somebody posted. They wondered what Nick Stradamus was going to come up with. Did you see that?
I did. I was gonna put on a hat and then put on some smoke machine when I come up with my predictions to make it more dramatic.
Yeah.
But Phil, you talked me out of it. You said, "Nah,
No, you can't do that.
nah."
Did you do all your Christmas shopping yet?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of Christmas shopping. I was almost done with Christmas shopping before like November.
Really?
Yeah, I buy gifts all throughout the year and just
I know you do.
put them in
Yeah.
inventory.
Good.
Yeah, your gift will get there eventually.
Yeah. You keep telling me that. I don't think I'm getting one.
It had a weird route. It went that way and then down and then back up, and then I think it's going that way.
Maybe.
That's right.
So, and then Monday, it's supposed to show up. You said. We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know.
I might not be here when it shows up. That could be a problem.
What's up with the early stream? Not complaining though. Why are we doing this on Tuesday, Phil? Why? Tell him why.
Because tomorrow I'm going hunting.
He's going hunting, everybody. So
I'm going to West Texas.
Here is the level of priority. Hunting, 50 feet of crap, podcast. We're right down here.
We've had good success with a Tuesday podcast, by the way.
What are you hunting for? And there's what signs of life are there in West Texas?
Oh, mule deer.
Mule deer.
Mule deer.
And they're just out. There's no trees. It's just out in the open.
No, it's funny because people go, they go hunting. They're going to hide behind trees or get in a tree stand. This is in the desert.
Yeah, I was going to say,
what's out?
There's nothing out there.
If you could see them, they can see you.
Sounds wonderful.
Well, it's fun. It's a great place. It's the ranch is 50 square miles. So,
is this the same ranch where you have like a flag where there's internet signal or phone
yes,
signal?
yeah. But wait, so David, I went to see him yesterday before Friday. I went to see him Friday. David's my buddy who we're going hunting with. So, we go over who's going to bring what food, and because we have a good time cooking and we have a great time out there.
Are you going to pack some sandwiches?
No, we get steaks and ribs and all that stuff. Anyway, he says to me, "Look what I got." He put Skylink.
Oh. From Daddy Elon, huh?
Yeah, I guess. So
nice.
I said to him, "Do you hook it up? You know how to do it? You're not going to do it when we get out there."
Oh
yeah. That's
how hard could it be? You just point it towards the sky and turn it on.
And it's a link. Yeah. Except the manual looked about that thick, but I don't know.
That's just safety. Like, don't point it at someone's face. Don't do this.
Don't do this.
Why don't you make it a challenge? Why don't you make it a challenge? Don't bring any food or rations.
And go hunt for the food?
Go hunt for the food, and then if you don't cook, you don't get anything, you don't eat.
Yeah, well, you can do that. There are a lot of rattlesnakes out there.
Those are good for food.
Javelinas. I don't even know what that is.
So, is it rattlesnakes out there?
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah.
Like diamondback
rattlesnakes? Diamondbacks, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. There's a lot of them. Mm-hmm. You be careful.
And they're going to be cold at night? Aren't they going to be gone?
Where are they going to go? That's where they live.
In the ground?
They go to ground, and when the sun comes out, they come out.
All right. Whatever. I mean, how do you know so much about this?
I watch National Geographic.
I was going to say, how much of that have you watched in the last 2 weeks? How do you know all this stuff?
Because I go out there. We go there every year.
Whatever. You know what we do every year, every week, actually?
Yeah, in the winter there, Muskegon, you shovel snow. We got to work on that. The woo box is up, right?
It is now. Anybody
Right.
on Facebook, let me know if the link comes through, because
Or if
sometimes
Nick's volume is bad or something, or whatever he
my
complains about.
volume is fine.
So he put the woo box up. You guys will put your name in there. Around 3 o'clock, Nick will pick a name from his list of friends,
I don't have any friends.
and then he'll spin the wheel. And if you don't like the gift, you have if you're in the show and you let us know in 90 seconds, we'll give you another spin. If it comes up grip sack the second time, 2 grip sacks. We'll give you another spin. And last week was a very, very expensive, generous,
We were very generous. Yes, it got stuck on the peg.
on the peg.
So is that going to be the rule going forward? If it gets stuck on a peg, we're going to respin it?
No, here's what we're going to do. If it gets stuck on a peg, we'll let the guy pick which of the 2 he wants. Whoever the winner is.
Well, okay.
Pick.
So, okay, because here's an example. So when it gets stuck on the peg, it's going to look something similar like this. So it's going to say either new ball. The thing's going to say it's on new ball, but it's actually on chamois right now because this thing hasn't gone all the way through. So if it gets stuck right here, you're saying they can just pick.
Yeah, if it's right on the peg, let them just pick.
So what if it gets stuck right in here?
Well, then we spin again.
So there's an exception to every rule.
Nice. So I don't think we're going to do news today because it's probably incorporated into the show.
No news. No news is good news.
No news is not always good news.
But we got to do a practice spin, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I'm going to take I'm going to take 3-ball Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll never come up twice in the same day.
I'm going to go new ball.
All right.
I should add some WD-40 to the peg so they don't get stuck.
I think you need to so they don't get stuck.
Oh, shirt.
We don't get a lot of shirt winners. That guy ever call you back or get in touch with you for the shirt that he won?
He didn't. Nobody wants our shirts.
Nobody wants the shirt. I thought they're pretty nice.
I thought it was very nice.
Yeah. I have my long sleeve version of my shirt on. We finally got some chilly weather here.
Chilly.
What's 61?
What do you know about chilly?
61. But it was 46 this morning.
This is a nice shirt. This is a nice sport hoodie.
Yeah.
I got my base layer on underneath it. Wear a thicker hoodie to go outside because we're going to get some weather tonight.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit about bowling 2025 and beyond.
In the year 2025.
I have a few things I listed as topics that we can talk about. One of them is a string pin. You know, how many more centers and what would be the frequency of string pins showing up in 2025? I think it's going to be significant.
Probably about 75 exactly my count, roughly, give or take. And why is that, Phil?
Well, because Bolero, Cubicle AMF Bolero rather, is rebranding to Lucky Strike. The Lucky Strike centers, 75 centers are going to be rebranded to Lucky Strike.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably going to be all entertainment centers.
Which means?
Most likely going to be string pin.
Most likely.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure they're going to do all of them at once. Over the next 2 years, they said. So that led me to believe that they were probably going to do some phasing. Yeah. Which is good. I think string pin is okay.
I think it's fine. And it's also going to be what the PBA tour is called, when they bowl on those. It's like, oh, the Lucky Strike. Oh,
exactly right.
Oh, that was a lucky strike.
That was another lucky strike. I'm excited to see it more and more at a high competitive level, because talking to Joey Pants, and he was the most, I don't say not critical, but he had the most comprehensive review of it on what he saw and what he felt about it. He said that you got more of a premium on flush strikes. The half hits not so much. You know, at half pockets. The two-handers did not get nearly the amount of messengers. And he said that he didn't see any while he bowled, and he bowled a couple of tournaments on it already. Did not see any where the string came into play.
Any string hits on
Yeah,
anything?
string hits. Yeah, he said he didn't see any of that.
Right. And these are on the certified machines. These are on the
Absolutely. They got the whatever the
right
string length has to be.
is. Yeah.
Right. So, you know, I mean, so the people that, you know, were anti string pin, I mean, you got to obviously give it a chance because it's going to be here.
Here's another one. He says pins are on spot. That's something you don't think about, but yeah,
that's true. That's
those
true.
machines they bring the strings up and it puts them in the same exact holder every single time. There's no adjustment needed, I would think, like on those.
No, I think the only thing you got to worry about is how beat up does a head pin and the 2-pin and the 3-pin get beat up.
Yeah, how often do those pins need to get changed? But it's easy change. I would imagine it's very easy to change them out.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is. I think it is. You just cut the string.
Well, I don't know. Like if you buy a new pin, is it have the string attached? You just attach it up top and run it up.
I think you have to. I don't think it's a string pin. I think it's a regular pin, and you got to put the adapter on the top.
Are you sure? How?
I don't know. You drill into it and screw the top piece in.
You can imagine every center drilling into these pins. No,
I guess maybe that's not the case. I don't know.
Golly,
if somebody knows, let us know. I don't know. You don't even know, and you work there.
There's no chance that they don't already come strung up.
They come pinned. String pinned is pinned.
Mm-hmm.
So that I think that's going to be key. I'm anxious to see the effect it has on the two-handers. You know,
it's got to be all negative, right?
Yeah, they got to shoot some spares. You know, I mean, he might leave 3 or 4 10-pins a game.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be interesting to see. I think that's going to be key. I think you're going to see string pins in in Asheville in 2027. I mean Greenville in 2027.
So that's your bold prediction?
Still? That's my prediction. Yeah, I'm still going with that. That if it's going to happen, it's going to happen there.
Okay.
You know, because then next year is Baton Rouge.
Baton
and then Reno.
Rouge.
Then Reno.
Flights are cheap for Baton Rouge in June.
Yeah, we might be driving from here with the guys.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're close enough. You can do that.
Yeah.
I looked at flights and like not only is like the connection really easy through Atlanta, but they were like through Delta it was super cheap. I was expecting a lot more, but hey, I'll take it.
Somebody wrote that they work on string pins. They replace them, the 1, 2, and the 3-pin every 2 weeks. But do they? Since he's in, I'm going to ask the question: do they replace them or do they switch them out?
Oh, meaning cycle them.
Cycle them.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Yeah, Do you just take them out of play completely, or do you change the positioning of them?
If you have to take them out of play every 3 weeks.
Yeah, to cycle them through. I don't know how often the procedure would be, or how often or how long it takes to actually do, but that would make the most fiscal sense, I think.
Right. So,
but just shuffle them about. Pins and strings do not come attached, but I would imagine that the pins are already set up for the strings, correct? And he says replace only when they are bad. Okay, so he doesn't cycle them, so he doesn't change like the 1 pin to the 8-pin or whatever pin doesn't get beat up as much.
Right.
You know,
in your case, it would be the 10-pin because you probably leave it and then miss it. It never gets hit. Never mind.
I haven't missed a 10-pin in sanctioned play in probably a month.
How many times do you bowled in a month?
3.
Okay. Yeah, we don't hear about your scores anymore at the House of Pain.
I just shot 779. Spoiler alert.
When did you do that?
Last week.
What'd you use?
I used the Theorem Pearl.
Nice. Why don't you say that?
I had a chance because I want people to watch the video. I mean, but the video is almost a week old now, so.
Oh, I see what you're doing. So you're using this show to not promote like you used to because you want to try to get them all to shift over to your page, whatever it is.
Whatever you just said, sure, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
That's right. Yes, the pins come pre-drilled for the string. So yes, I can't imagine that they're making centers drill holes into regular pins.
Right.
Because that would, what kind of hole would, like, what if you didn't know the size drill bit?
It's,
You know, how
it's in a
far do you
quarter.
drill?
It's in a quarter bit.
Yeah. What kind
The
of
pins-
jig? Like, what kind of possible jig could you use to drill a hole in a pin?
The string is too short, so the pin is hanging.
Can you imagine, like, just having a Makita, like, free-handing a hole through there?
Yeah, and put the pin will be slitting like this, like that.
My goodness. Yeah.
Anyway, so Cubic AMF, as we mentioned earlier, is rebranding Lucky Strike 75 centers. They're probably all going to be FBC centers, I would think.
Yeah.
You know, so going forward, I think they probably buy more centers.
You think so?
I do. I really do. I think that, let me tell you what I think about this. So you go back and look at the boom of bowling. You say the 70s it was big, right?
60s, 70s. I would say the big push was 50s and 60s when they started building all these centers.
Correct. Okay, so now if those centers are still in existence, the ownership has them all paid off. If they own the
Hopefully.
land and the building, right?
Hopefully, yeah.
So all they have in there is they have their sweat equity in the building. That's what they own. So if they're going to get out of the business, now would be the time. So now they're going to offer it up for sale. All of those places probably need machine work.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
the centers, right?
Yeah.
I'm just talking through it logically. So Cubic AMF goes in and buys the center, and they
That's
put
all-
string pin in.
Gets out of the machines and then invests in their string pins and
And the
calls it
string
good.
pins, and they remodel the place on the inside. And next thing you know, they have another FEC center.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're going to see them buying more and more centers. You know, they're buying chains right now. You know, 10 lane, 10 center, 12 center chains. I think you're going to start seeing that to where they maybe buy a place at, you know, individual centers.
Onesie twosies.
Onesie twosies. Yeah, in areas that they feel that they want to put an FEC center in.
Yeah, I can think of a few. There's been there's a couple in the Northwest that are very nice.
Yeah.
I think one has already changed over to Bolero.
Right.
But I think there's one in like the Portland, Vancouver area that
Mm-hmm.
is possibly, if it hasn't already, I don't know, but it's like right up their
Right.
alley.
Yeah. Pun. Up their alley.
Yeah.
That was a pun. So that's what I think for that one.
Not a good one, but good pun.
You didn't like, yeah, you're right. Let's talk about the PBA.
Let's talk about it. I mean, they always
What-
give us something to
They
talk
always
about.
give us something to talk about. What do you think? This is something I brought up. I'm thinking about. Do you think they get more involved in product specification? I think the tip of the iceberg was the Purple Hammer.
That was the initial witch hunt. Sure.
Right. So do they start to have their own specifications for PBA play? Now, I don't know much about the golf industry, PGA Tour, but they banned certain grooves, right? I mean, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, the equipment side of it, I think it's all pretty standardized, but I don't think they've banned a groove since like the old square grooves on the old Vokies.
Yeah, how long ago was the square groove? You can't have them anymore, right?
Those are like
That's
way
old,
old. Yeah,
Okay.
that's really old. That's got to
Yeah.
be
Oh, that belly
15.
putter, right? They got rid of the
the
putters,
anch-
right?
Yeah,
They've done that.
they definitely when
Right.
they see an advantage of a sort, you know, that's
I don't
not
understand
true to
that
the
one.
game.
Explain that to me.
The belly,
If everybody can use it, how's an advantage of some sort?
because it's they deemed it not a true stroke, actually a free swing,
Okay.
because you're anchored against your body.
Okay. So they're saying you can't anchor a club.
Right.
Okay, I understand that. It's a rule.
That's what they're saying. Even though
Okay.
the swing was still free, you're
Yeah,
still
it's pendulum, right?
yeah.
I
You're,
got
you're, this is stuck right in here.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So I think the PBA. You think they get more involved in controlling what the players use?
I mean, I think if anything, it might be handed more down from the USB-C.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause-
know. USB-C said Purple Hammer was legal.
Yeah,
PBA
But-
said no.
but they also said weight holes are illegal, and the PBA followed suit. So
Right.
and
So you pick and choose.
PBA can do whatever they want. It's their own
Correct.
club.
Correct.
They can do whatever they want, and they've
Yeah.
shown that they can do whatever they want. That's fine.
Yeah, I would hate
obviously.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They're obviously going to have pushback from players and manufacturers.
Well, they didn't care about the last pushback because it only affected the people. It didn't affect the people they didn't want it to affect. PBA. But I guess what I'm saying is I'd hate to see that happen because I don't think they're qualified to make those decisions. I don't think they do case studies to that point, to the extent where they could make a decision like that. Obviously, we proved them wrong with the Purple Hammer. It didn't get softer. We had chemists tell us, we had everybody from Sunday telling them it doesn't get softer. It read softer. The method they used to read the hardness on the ball, the durometer read softer. The ball did not get softer.
Right.
So I don't think that they're qualified to make decisions like that, but that doesn't mean they won't. well,
yeah. I mean, what standardized test could we possibly put it through that they say, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. That's correct. We did it wrong. Well, you'll never hear that.
No, you're never going to hear that. But I just think that they're going to start to look at that, because out there, I think it's a popularity contest. People that complain the most get heard.
I mean, hasn't that how it's always been?
Yeah, well, but not the old days with the PBA. The old PBA was a lot stricter in the old days. A player couldn't
weasel
or make any derogatory statements on TV and not be fined forever, and stuff like that.
Right.
So the other thing I have about the PBA, what will they have a TV contract?
That's a big
right
one.
now we know they have no TV after June.
Yeah.
So
that's a big one. That could, if there's no
huge.
TV contract, cable or regular TV for a majority of the events,
and we ranted about this a while ago because I was pissed off about the fact that they charge us more money and then they have bowling for 6 months.
Yeah, if bowling is not televised on TV, not streaming, but TV,
yeah,
that's essentially the end of professional bowling.
I agree with that, and I don't think the Ocho is the place to have it.
I think it might end up there. I don't know.
I mean, really, go down the list: ABC, ESPN, Fox, whatever, CBS. Now it's going to go to CBS Sports.
I don't know.
Go down the totem pole.
How many different avenues are there? And how much more reach is there? There's going to be a lot less reach with CBS Sports than there is Fox.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot
ESPN.
less from. That's right. There's less on ESPN from national TV.
Yeah.
Go down the list. It goes down.
It went from ESPN to Fox, and
that reached less people.
I think the Fox deal is fine. Fox is great.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what we had.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have a contract. I really don't.
That could be.
I really don't.
For anybody that's looking to join the professional ranks and start your career.
Yeah, right.
Better figure out where the organization that you're looking to bowl for is going to be in a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think we pay product registration for a year for next year, and we only have, according to the Bowlers Journal article, TV through 6 months. There's no events.
Yeah. I mean, I have a bold prediction, a Nick Stradamus prediction.
Go ahead, Nick Stradamus.
I think for tour seasons 2026 and beyond, only the majors are going to be on TV.
You may be 100% correct, because you think they'll have a sponsor for that?
I think it's got to happen, because you got to figure 2 of the events are not PBA events.
And those get televised, but the PBA takes over the show, I believe, right?
Maybe,
I mean,
yeah, but things are going to change, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you think they hook up with the USBC?
I think at some point the USBC has got to step in, just like they did with the PWBA.
Yeah,
and say,
maybe
look,
that's the case. You guys are not good at it. We'll take over.
And what I would love to see is a TV TV deal that includes the PWBA, if they can get it, because not having televised finals except for like a couple majors for the ladies,
right?
No exposure. Like Bowl TV is great. Watching it on Bowl TV is great, but your audience is so small.
Oh, it's terrible.
There's no casual viewer. There's no casual watcher on cable. Nothing.
Right. What was the other show it used to be on? Flow Bowling. It was like less than 1,000 subscriptions or something. It was something
Yeah.
stupid.
I
It was
gotta imagine
ridiculous.
that Bowl TV is going to be in that same range. You
You
know,
might be right. So, do you think? I know this is going. We're talking about the future, right? Do you think somewhere along the line you see a bowling cable channel?
like an app,
No, like
like a Hulu for bowling.
yeah, like that. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Is that a
You know,
possibility?
that's
Is
what I
that
mean.
is
Is
that
that something that
something
could happen?
that a streaming platform or a live streaming person in the industry can pull off? Is that something that's even in the realm of discussion,
Right.
possibility?
Or does it
And
become a cable channel?
and if so, say it is an app. Say it is an app you can download
Yeah.
on your Fire TV or
Right.
Roku or whatever you got. What does that service cost per month?
Well, people complain when it was
And how
$5
much?
a month for Bolero for Bowl TV. It was like $5 a month or something. Not Bowl TV. Whatever the other one was, I forgot. We just said what it was.
And how much content could they possibly put on this thing? You know what I mean? Like if you go on anything, Netflix, you got content for days. You go on Hulu, you got content for days. How much new
Right.
content?
Well, let me ask you this then. What about the golf channel? They have that, a golf channel,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they have lessons. They have instructional videos. I mean, couldn't that happen with bowling?
Possibly. I don't know. But the
I mean, I
difference
think
between
that's-
golf and bowling is right now golf plays year round for the most part.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And they got different levels of stuff that they televise,
Well, I mean, they could do the same thing here and do regionals and stuff like that, televised.
PGA, you got the
yeah,
Corn
maybe.
Ferry, you got the other stuff, you got all the different
Yeah.
tours.
Yep.
You got the ladies and everything. So
I'm seriously concerned about the PBA and TV.
yeah, that's a
I'm
big
seriously concerned. We treat it, the manufacturers treat it as the marketing arm for bowling. But if they're doing a terrible job at marketing it, how on earth can we support that?
Something's got to change,
Absolutely, something has to change.
especially when they're part-time in it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to look through the book right now, but I have the article here, and I think I do have it right here. I think he said it was only through June.
Mm-hmm.
Is what the schedule was. So I don't know.
We can just have our podcast up there like the Pat McAfee show. You just do a live podcast every day.
Right.
As part of the package, for signing up for Bowling App TV or whatever you want to call it.
That's what I want to do. I want to.
We'll get our couple hour segment every day. I'll stand up there in a black tank top.
Right.
I'll bleach my hair blonde and look like Guile from Street Fighter, and we can do the show. We'll just have our podcast talking about bowling, and we'll bring in guests.
I don't think I want to do that, Nick. Good idea, but no.
Okay, what if it paid?
Well, then we'll do it.
Okay.
So here's what I got. I got the book. I got the article, and it says, the last tour stop, if they want to call it this, is the PBA Tour Finals is June.
Mm-hmm.
Now they throw in their PBA, PWBA striking against breast cancer in July, and then the Lucky Lawson is in Sweden in August. But they have
those have never been televised.
Correct. So PBA playoffs are in Allen Park, Michigan Thunder Bowl. And that's the last one that I think, and maybe they call it Tour Finals. I don't know what that is. So what you're really looking at is starting in January and ending the beginning of June.
Yeah. So that's coming up sooner than we think, because in 6 months from now could be the last time that bowling is on cable or on TV.
TV, right? Could be. I don't know. Unless they come up with a deal with somebody. But you know what? As you go further down that totem pole of audiences, how can we manufacturers justify paying for it?
Right.
So.
Yeah, and how many different platforms are there to be able to go to watch sports?
That's exactly right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's my petition right now to the PBA: is get on board with ESPN Ocho.
to it now. You can be on right after air guitar.
Air guitar and bags and cornhole. Yeah.
Cornhole, right? Exactly. So anyway,
I think I don't know. I'm worried.
me too. That's why I have it on my list of things to worry about. Well, that's the worry about side. I got the good side though, and let's talk about some of that.
We'll get to that, but we'll get to the good side. But I want to do some housekeeping and stuff right now.
All right, go ahead.
All
WooBox.
right, so, yeah, I'm gonna post a WooBox link one more time.
Okay.
As soon as it goes through.
And you guys know the rules on that. I'm not going to go over it again. But you do get 2 spins if you're in the show. At least 2 spins.
Didn't post. Hold on. There we go. Nope. I don't like it when it does this. There it goes. All right. Cool. Yeah, it's posted.
All right.
All right. So yeah.
So now I have. Let's talk about cover stocks. We really cracked through on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, over the course of the last year or two, USBC came down on one of our competitors and talked about their cover stocks were too soft, and it changed their complexion going forward. They don't have the same ball motion, and now they're trying to find it with chemistry. But we had our guys jump on that right away, and they've been looking at that for several years and found it with HK22 as the base resin. And it's just amazing. We probably have 4, maybe 5 different iterations of that right now, going past HK22. So I think cover stock is going to be the hot topic in bowling for the next several years. And I'll tell you why. The way the evolution of the game went, when they went from the 3-piece to the 2-piece ball, that was the big thing. 2-piece balls, trick drillings, and stuff like that. And then as the cover stocks changed, when the resin balls came out, we were able to do different things with the cores. Well, we can still do that now, but with the evolution of the cover stock right now to where we're at, I think there's probably going to have to be some things looked at, oil absorption rate, stuff like that, because we're way ahead of the curve right now with HK22. We have stuff that we have looked at that's ready to go. It's just that we have 2 or 3 things that are before it, in the plan. So, I tested some cover stocks that are probably about a year out that are just incredible.
Right.
So
22 has been for about 3 years now, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. It's come through, and now the HK22 with the additives with cohesion has really upped it up.
Exactly. Now they're working with the base resins, the HK22 base resins, to modify those. This is what the advantages of having chemistry people that are called chemists working full time for your company. That's all they know about is chemistry.
We have multiple chemists on site.
And we have multiple chemists on site. Yes. And those are the guys, I tell you who they are, the guys with the pocket protectors and the pens in them walking around.
Yeah.
And, it doesn't matter that we're in the bowling business. They just know about chemistry.
Yeah. Sometimes they wear slippers at work, and that's how we can distinguish who's a chemist and who's not.
And the one with the bunny rabbit slippers is probably head of the department.
Right. Because, you don't get your ears just for nothing. You got to earn your ears, just like earning your stripes.
Exactly. So I think the cover stock evolution is going to happen. We're beginning to leave the competitors in the dust a little bit with this, because we got what we want already, and now we're looking past that. They're looking to catch up.
Right. And if they ever do catch up, then we deploy the missiles.
Yeah, we are 2 or 3 iterations ahead of it already.
Right.
So for those of you that are not real big fans of the brands of Brunswick, this is the time to start looking. Mm-hmm. And if you're already on board, you already know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we get trip reports from our sales guys because they're in shops all the time, and we get reports from customers and pro shops stating that performance has flip-flopped.
Yes, it has. It has.
The perception and everything.
Yeah. And it's all because we have cover stock to play with. Once you have the right cover stocks and cover stock options, core design is the next thing. And that's where you can have a lot of fun. Because you know what the predictability of the motion is. You know what levels of motion you have with the iterations of the cover stocks, that you can go and fiddle with things we couldn't before. And I'll just move to the next thing I have on here is the core evolution. And I'll tell you why we're having so much fun with that. When you have a cover stock like HK22, you don't have to build in a lot of motion with the cores. The cover stock is giving you the motion. So you can take out, and I don't want to use the word performance, but you can take out some of the dynamics of drilling because you have a cover stock that's accomplishing it. So for instance, in the old days with different covers, you might have had to have an 055 or an 060 after drilling differential and an 025 or an 030 intermediate diff to get the motion you wanted. Now we're accomplishing that motion with cores that have, after drilling an 050 diff and an intermediate diff of 017 or 018, because the cover stock is helping that. Well, by doing that, the core is not making the ball roll forward. So you have more dynamics down lane and more continuation through the pins. So, Steve Freshour, he's our guy. And I mean, he's coming up with some great stuff, especially the ratios we're using between intermediate diff and total diff. It's the tip of the iceberg. We have, he and I have been working on, he's been working on, I've been enjoying working with him on it. It's not like I'm designing cores anymore.
Yeah, like you got CAD open or something.
No. But here's the advantage of what we have with Steve. I can come up with my harebrained idea and he can take it and bring it to fruition. We're talking about different balls that have a new way of drilling them. I'm not excuse me, I'm not talking about a pin placement or pin to pap deal. I'm talking about where to drill the ball to create so much different motion, and it's predictable and you can dial it right in. We have 2 or 3 balls that are in the works right now that, I did one ball a couple of months ago, and I sent the numbers to Brian Graham and said, look at the difference in the drilled and undrilled. And it was something we've never seen before. It was so far apart that you would say that had to be an asymmetrical ball, it had to be a symmetrical ball to start. I'm not going to tell you which one it was, but it was so far apart, the undrilled to the drilled, and everywhere in between was available. Now, the advantage of that is I can take that ball and we can wrap a different cover around it, an HK22 version, and get that ball to perform exactly where we want to fit it in the arsenal and maybe create a whole different level of performance, So that's going to be interesting. One of the things we have to look at is the lane machines and what they're doing to the lanes, because we have to build balls that work on the way they do the lanes. We got a new lane. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're also forgetting that you're not the first person to ever give Stevie Fresh ideas that were zany.
No. Mo is notorious for that.
You're a tuned down version of Mo when it comes to these things.
Absolutely right. But what we're doing now, because we have all these new cover stocks, see, Mo was never a cover stock person.
No. Make it dull. Dull it up.
Hit it with another Scotch-Brite.
Here, let me get my pad.
Yeah, I'm not like that. He had his back pocket. I'm not like that. I'm more of I got both sides of I have all the tools to play with. I like that. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So when I get a core idea and Stevie says we can do it, well, then what do? I turn around and say, okay, now let's try it with these 2 or 3 different cover stocks. Then I get back with Steve and say, hey, this one worked great. That one didn't. Can we lower the RG? Can we raise the dip? Stuff like that. So it's a little easier when you have more cover stock options. Mm-hmm. So that's why the Brands of Brunswick, where we are we make the most balls in the world with the highest production, and we have the best performance right now. Everybody will tell you that, across the brands. So to me, that's all cover stock evolution, and working with different targets. We can build an arsenal based on tweaking covers and just modifying the after drilling numbers. So let's see. I don't think I have much more.
You don't have much more?
No, I don't think I do. I think you have some.
I already shot my shot there with the prediction.
That was it. The one thing, the television.
That was it.
I ain't buying that. You want to do your top 5?
Yeah, we'll do some top 5, and then we'll get some questions going.
Yeah,
and we'll
good
go
idea.
from there. Yeah,
Good.
it's great idea.
Great idea.
As soon as I can find my mouse cursor here, I got to turn all the lights down on my screen, so sometimes it's really hard to see where my mouse is at any given time. So,
Oh, you went on YouTube.
yeah, I went on
okay.
YouTube. It was easier. They make it the easiest to go through and find which are the most popular episodes, and we're going based on views. Obviously we have our different opinion on which ones were our favorite. Personally, I thought episode 17, where we took on the Purple Hammer, was probably our crowning moment, and
that was really good. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, where we kind of took shape with our podcast. We really, found our legs, so to speak, and had a lot of fun ruffling a little feathers along the way, because
yes, we did.
We don't ruffle feathers with anything other than facts and data.
And that's exactly right. We only deal in fact. We do research.
Right. And when we don't know the answer, we go find out the answer through testing, proper testing in a lab with scientists.
Chemists and scientists.
Mm-hmm. All right. Here we go. Top 5 viewed podcast. Number 5. Episode 48. This was an episode that we did with New Gear and Couch Critics. We talked about Couch Critics.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people watch that one, huh?
That was a good episode. Couch Critics were more to do with like the Pro Tour that was going on at the time. I believe that was what the context was like, oh, these guys suck. They only miss their spares. They only shoot 210. I average 220 in league. Who cares?
Before you go to the next one, let me just mention something. You can go look these up by number now and see what we were talking about. So if you hadn't been with us from the beginning, and you want to know which ones were the most viewed or most interesting maybe to watch, I try to associate the two together. If it was most viewed, it's probably most interesting. You could take these numbers, write them down, and go look them up.
Yeah. I mean, these are popularity based on views. So, I mean, the more exciting the topic or whatever, people are going to tune in.
Yep.
So, Number 4. Episode 35. Arsenal Building 101.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
We've done quite many episodes on like technical analysis, technical coaching, bowling tips, and those always get received very well. We're very consistent on our views. There's only been a couple of standouts. We're very consistent with our tune-ins every week. We're very consistent with our views. We have a very diehard group of fans that tune in every week,
who we greatly appreciate.
Right. We got our wheel spin, and it's almost like a family now. When people get called out, like everybody knows who they are. So number 3, here we go. Episode 22. Hey, new ball launch again, and we got into technical with how we design bowling balls. That was part 1 of a part 2 series. I think it probably could have gone part 3.
Yeah, I know it. The
whole design process that we talked about.
Yep.
From start to finish, how long it takes, from if it's a new core development for testing new covers, how you get test balls, how we come up with names, colors, everything, where it fits. Yeah, your favorite names
and colors.
But yeah, we obviously have the inside scoop on new bowling balls when they get announced. People like to come and hear us talk about it.
Yep, and how we know about it is because we're the ones launching them.
Yeah, we know everything. we knew about this ball months ago.
Yeah, we knew. Yeah, I knew before you even thought of it.
It's like, oh, you saw it on the USBC approved list? That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, we didn't know about that. Really? They had another ball on Tuesday? Oh, man. That cracks me up when people do that, though.
Easy there, Sherlock. Don't exert yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 2, episode 1, our first episode ever. Yeah. We had a different format back then. We were just trying to find out who we were going to be and how the show was going to go.
It's true.
And it's evolved over time into this brilliant podcast that you guys hear every week now, or almost every week.
In the top 10 in Yugoslavia.
Oh, we're just hitting new markets every week.
Every week.
We're heading west shortly by every inch, every kilometer. I'm sorry.
Wait till we get to the top 5 in China. Our viewership was 1.2 billion.
Nice. Nice. We need to have a third host that can translate on the fly.
That's exactly right.
And then if we get really big, then we'll have a sign language interpreter too in the lower corner. All right. But yeah, PBA discussion and criticism. Isn't that funny? Like the first thing we ever talked about was
PBA.
talking about the PBA.
Telling you,
You know?
they're my favorites.
It's been a great source of content for us
Yeah.
for almost 2 years now. I think we started this in March of 2022.
Yeah.
23. Sorry, 23.
They give us stuff to talk about a lot, don't they?
Man, it's never ending. Let me tell you.
I'm amazed.
All right. Number one episode was not episode 17 about the Purple Hammer. That one surprised me, but that wasn't on the top 5. But number
Really?
one episode 49.
Oh, yeah.
Year, which was talking about the hammer effect, which happens to be still, in my opinion, probably the number one ball of the year. And
It seems to be. The sales have proven that for sure.
what a ball. And
It's
then
selling.
Data Talks with Stevie Fresh was not the first
Yeah.
episode we did with Stevie, but this particular episode got the most.
Yeah, we're going to have him on again soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to have Stevie back. We need to talk
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
science.
we'll do it right after the beginning of the year. Maybe the beginning of the year we'll do it.
Maybe he can wear his bunny slippers for this one too.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't have bunny slippers, we'll get him some for Christmas.
That'd be a good idea.
But those were the top 5 most viewed
Yeah.
podcast episodes on YouTube. So
Look them up. Look them up.
look them up. And those
Yeah.
could also be good lottery numbers if you want to pick those lottery numbers.
Oh, yeah. What were they? Tell me. Give me those numbers again. I'm going to write them down.
All right, let's go through them
Here we go.
again. 49.
Go ahead.
Is everybody going to play Lotto? What's today?
Ah.
Tuesday. So today's what? Mega Millions.
I don't know. 49. 1.
1.
Yeah.
22. Clayton Kershaw. 35.
35.
48.
48. That's 5.
Well, you're gonna have to figure out the rest. Why don't you play the what's that? Fantasy 5. There you go. I don't know what the numbers are, but
I don't either. Yeah. I like that. What if it hit? We can turn somebody into a bazillionaire.
1,000 there at least, right? I mean, if everybody's playing it, it's gonna be split up.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Everybody pick a different number for their 6th.
Everybody send Nick $1.
Yes, send me your non-taxable donation.
Send Nick $1, and then if it wins, everybody send him will split it. Wouldn't that be a great story for
No,
Like-
get
one of the
500
news
people
channels
sending me $1 on
$500? You
on-
bought tickets, and we hit for like 2.5 million or $7 million, and be like the greatest story ever.
Then we would truly be the number one podcast. If not, I don't know what could possibly top that.
Here's the best thing that can happen. We played that when there was like hundreds of millions. One was almost $1 billion, right? And hit it, and then buy the bowling industry.
Is Mega Millions 5 numbers plus Mega? Is that what it is?
A kicker. I don't
Or is
know.
it 6
I don't know.
plus? I don't know. I haven't played Lotto in a long time. Is it
No,
6
me either.
plus a kicker or is it 5 plus a kicker? I don't
I don't know.
remember.
It'd be pretty
I don't know.
interesting.
Someone said Mega is at 640 million.
So here you hit that, and then we buy the bowling industry
we can buy the PDA 14 times over at least.
and buy a TV channel to have it on.
5 plus a Mega. So we need to come up with a Mega number for everybody to go with.
Where you go those 5 and then go all.
What is the kicker? What are the number ranges for the Mega
It's the same numbers.
Is it? No.
Yeah, I think so.
It's
Yeah.
one through. It's got to be less.
All right.
I don't know that. I don't know. I don't play enough to know.
Okay.
What? How high does the Mega, the kicker number
Kicker
go?
I think it's the same.
Yeah, I'm not gonna Google it right now. We need people. I need people to do this for me because I need to. We need to have like a
The statistician room.
yeah, like Rogan's got his little crew that pops stuff up on the
It pops
screen
stuff up.
for him.
Yeah, well, we do pretty good here. They'll come up with it.
1 to 25, Eric.
All right, so there you
Henning
go.
says. So we need a number 1 through 25 for the Mega. What's the Mega gonna be, Phil?
Just played them all.
Why don't I play one? You play one. How about that?
I don't even know where I can go play this.
You don't have a Lotto retailer?
I think we do. All right. So I got to find out when the drawing is. But
It's tonight for Mega.
so what's the kicker?
You pick one and I'll pick one. We already have the 5 numbers.
So you're going to go buy the tickets? I'll give you my number.
Oh, yeah. Well, we need to come up with it for the crew too. What's your number going to be?
Number 7.
7? I'm taking
Yeah.
11.
All right. So go buy the ticket. It's $2, right? Or whatever it is. $4.
$2. Yeah. So I'm gonna play our 5 numbers that we have.
Okay.
1, 22, 35, 48,
48.
49. And we're going to play 2 different versions of the kicker,
Right.
7 and 11 on those numbers.
All right. And if we hit, we won't have a show next week.
If we hit,
This will be the last show.
you will
Enjoy it.
never hear from us again.
Ever.
But
Ever.
hey, if we split it like 7 ways, we know people from the show played those numbers, and I hope they do. That'd be funny.
Wouldn't that be incredible?
Yeah.
That would be fun. That's
We can
great.
have a group picture together, everybody.
Hey, if you play them, make sure you let us know you played them. This way we know. Let's talk about. You got any interesting 2005 and beyonds?
2005?
To 2025 and beyond.
I mean, the one I said where I think only the majors from 2026 on are going to get televised.
All right.
That's my big one. I think string pin, you're going to start seeing that more and more.
Yeah.
As centers start converting. You're not going to see them everywhere. I don't think the percentage of string pin will ever get above 15%.
Well, okay.
I think. I don't know.
Well, machines aren't getting newer.
No. But I don't know the numbers. I don't know how many centers have GSX machines or stuff
Well, I
like
don't
that.
know how many mechanics are there that are older and are going to stop being mechanics.
I don't know, but there's classes here all the time for GSX training.
Yeah.
All the time. They have them here, and they're training new people, and it's not, older folks. They're younger generation coming in to be mechanics,
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing with auto mechanics, it's like you got to have new blood in there to get.
Sure you do.
Someone's got to work on cars, and it's a lucrative industry for those that want to put in the effort.
Okay, so I agree with what you're saying, but think of it this way. If electric cars were so much more popular that that gasoline operated cars were less and less popular, wouldn't there be less and less auto mechanics training on the old way that they would learn the electronic way? So what I'm saying is, for bowling, if the machines start to become obsolete and the people that work them and repair them become obsolete, aren't they all going to begin to shift? It comes a point where you're going to sit there and say, do I want to invest all this money in repairing my machines, or do I just want to say, screw it, I'm going to put strings in?
Well, I mean, once again, I don't think that EVs are going to be a majority of cars on the road for a long time from now. I don't think it's going to be that way.
That's right. But it will eventually become more and more. Possibly.
We don't know.
But let's say it was. Let's say that's what happened.
Yeah. So, okay. So you think of EVs as kind of like the string pins of bowling, where it's less things that you need to fix.
Yes.
You still need someone to do tires. You need someone to do brakes, because those are universal.
Absolutely. I agree.
But as far as, like in a Tesla or whatever, you got the drive motors, you got the battery, and you got those components, you got that kind of system. It's a whole different system, which doesn't need the maintenance that an internal combustion engine does.
Correct. So isn't that the same we're going through with bowling machines? I don't know.
There's still a lot of A2s out there in the world that are running fine, but a lot of parts and maintenance. But you keep them running right.
They'll
last forever.
I know. Yeah, but as the industry changes and people start to maybe get out of it because they're older and they've put their time in and they want to retire and they're bowling center owners, do people like Bolero buy them up and convert them to string?
I think that's the easiest way for them to do business, because
I agree with you.
They're looking at the bottom line, and bottom line only. It costs less money to outfit it with string pin. They don't have to have a full-time mechanic. They have less liability, all that stuff. I just posted the link for the Throwbot for the.
Oh yeah, today we're going to win a Throwbot.
We're going to give away Throwbot because we're going to an EV version of it. No hydraulic, no.
Put your name in the woo box, and at 3:00 in about 5 minutes, Nick's going to pick a name. If your name is drawn and you're still in the show, you got 90 seconds to tell us. And if you're here, we're going to give you a second spin if you don't like the first gift. For instance, what if you want a 3-ball arsenal and say, what, I just got 3 balls, I don't need them. You spin again and you get a chamois. or a grip sack. Well, what if you get a grip sack and you say spin again and get another grip sack? What happens then?
Triple
Spin.
grip sack.
Triple spin.
Yeah.
All right. We have any questions? Let's take some questions.
Doug said even brakes are much less maintenance on EV. You may never need replacing due to the use of engine braking. It's pretty amazing. And I can attest to this. So
you can attest to this?
I can attest to this. Like you let off the gas and it basically regenerate brakes for you. Like you don't have to use your brakes.
You don't even have to drive if you don't want.
Right. But you don't have to use your brakes to slow down. Like it'll slow down for you. It sees everything and it'll stop for you. So it's very weird, but at the same time, yeah, like you don't use your brakes, so you don't have to replace your brakes that often. That's crazy, right?
Are those Jack and the Beanstalk brakes?
No, they're everlasting gobstopper brakes from the
there you go.
Willy Wonka factory. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna I guess start from kind of the beginning a little bit, and we'll just go through. I'll find you a nice easy one. Greg says our center is adding string pins to the 20 lanes in the back. The front 36 are staying free fall as a Bolero center. Yeah, I can see that being hybrid version. You know, there's a center in Grand Rapids, the Click, where we shoot hammer stuff. It's 2 stories. You got lanes upstairs and downstairs, and upstairs they converted into like more for recreation parties, open play on string. And downstairs is where they have their leagues. So
why don't you go there one time and do one of your little things you do on the strings? Maybe
I will.
It was my idea.
Maybe I'll just wait for us to get them inside here. That's what I'm waiting for.
Lazy.
We'll get them in our 6 lane. Besides, if you want to help me carry all that stuff up the stairs to do all the lighting, to do all the rigs,
a bowling ball and a camera.
Yeah, then there's lights and all the equipment to take up there. Yeah.
Never mind.
So if you want to help me out with that, because they don't have an elevator, so you lug it up the stairs, I will do the video for you.
Yeah, I'll do it when I'm there for in Christmas or whatever.
Yeah, you're not getting here in Christmas.
Yankees won out. I've been there already. Go ahead.
The Yankees are taking L's in the offseason right now too.
We're going to create him in the aggregate.
You're not going to recreate him.
Yes, we are.
Hey, you should be happy that the Yankees did not sign Juan Soto.
I am.
He might be the worst defensive right fielder on the face of the planet.
The Mets, which are now going to be called the Metkeys, they just got done, or maybe they're not even done paying Bobby Bonilla.
No, they're not. They're paying him till 2035, I think.
This is going to be another one of those on the back end.
Yeah. So you talked about string pin in where you think it's going to be in Greenville, right?
Right.
So Bill wants to know, how often do you think they're going to need to be replaced at a tournament like the Open Championship? Talking about the pins up front.
That's interesting. You know what? They probably have to do a certain amount of recycling. They probably did studies on that already.
I don't know.
How often that pin wears out. Oh, you're right. That's a good point, Bill.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of that.
In free fall, it's random for the most part.
That's true. And they don't replace the pins, do they? In the middle of that tournament? No.
I
don't think they do.
Maybe they do. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. People would have complained about that.
Why?
Somebody would have complained that you didn't bowl that on the new pins.
All right, okay. Well, then don't bowl the first day there, week there, Pick a better time.
I think they can do it. They can randomly switch them. They wouldn't have to replace them. They're just like
it's just maintenance. 8, yeah, it's just
2 becomes 9, 3 becomes whatever.
I think that should be a cycle. Cycle them every day.
Yeah.
One goes to 10. 2
they could
goes.
Do that. Yeah.
That would make sense to me. I don't know how much of a pain it is. I never replaced a string, but I can't imagine it's very hard.
No.
Just untie it there and tie it there, and duct tape here, and you're good to go.
And put like a fisherman's knot in it.
Yeah, you do the little twisty 6 times, wrap it around.
Yeah, then you put the hole back, and then that's exactly right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Let's see what we got here. Good questions. You can't see it. Can you see the questions? You can see.
I'm looking at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
So somebody asked, what are my thoughts on the PBA and track and Track Radical and Columbia not having the brand shown on the player's jersey.
Okay.
So you know what? It won't affect us because we didn't have any on TV last year. Jerseys.
Yeah.
You know, and
did
the year before, I
fine.
think we had one. We did fine. Our sales have increased every year. Period. We've not had a year where we didn't have increased sales since I started the company.
Right. That would look poorly on you if you budgeted for more and you didn't get there.
Right. So yeah, exactly. So, but you have to think about it. The return on investment is not there. You know, and I got news for you. I thought about this on the way in this morning. They have 8 teams in the Battle of the Brands.
Mm-hmm.
6 players on a team. It's 48.
Okay.
There's like 70 players that are exempt.
Something like that.
Okay. What if we registered all the brands?
What about it? Well,
It's
we don't
11.
have enough players
Correct.
to go around.
We wouldn't have enough players.
Right.
We absolutely would not have enough players because we probably, even if we had half the field.
Which
Okay,
is
let's say
probably about right.
Okay, we have half the field. We have
Say we
35,
got 35. Yeah.
35 players.
Mhm.
Right. 7 brands times 6 is 42.
Yeah.
We'd be at least 7 players short of fielding a team.
We'd have to have some commissioner
can't.
exemptions. We'd have to
Right.
bring out the Legends of Brunswick to come back and bowl every
No,
week.
but they have to bowl in a tournament to get points.
Oh, exemption. They make up their own rules. Phil, come on.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Get on board.
So I don't think that Battle of the Brands was thought through completely when they came up with that because there aren't enough players. You can't go exempt and have every company register and field teams. It's impossible. The math is not there.
No, especially when you set the exemption number at what it is.
It's 70. I think it's 70. My 67 might be the number or something.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then
it's
what about independents? Not that there's many out there, but I'm saying an independent bowler is not affiliated with staff.
So what do you do with him? Put him on
What
your
do you-
team anyway?
What do you do with him? Is he just
Right.
Does he have to be part of the staff to be on that team?
They said he has to be. That's what
Yeah.
it said in the rules. Has to be.
So why would we want to just have to sign people just to sign people just so we can
Right.
fill out a team? That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. So no, I'm not too concerned about it. Neither are the other 2 brands.
What if we don't like that bowler?
That's right. You know, I mean, think about it. You have to do the math. It doesn't work.
Yeah. What if they got a clammy handshake? We don't want to sign them.
No, I don't want to sign them.
Get out of here with your cold, clammy hands.
Oh my god. What else we got?
Let's see what we got. Since it's Christmas, I'm going to put some of these up here. Michael wants a solid no doubt with HK22C and a hybrid HK22 would be nice. He's asking for Christmas wishes now.
So no doubt it's 3 weeks old, and you want me to come out with another one?
Yes. He wants it his way because he thinks he's at Burger King. Where you rule.
That's it. No.
My boy
Those could
Eric,
happen, but we have nothing in the plan right now.
my boy Eric Jensen, HK22 did everything besides bring my hair back.
It did, didn't it? Well, maybe you can. You know what? Let's go down to Reynosa, stick your head in the vat of HK22.
And we'll see if it's
And we'll
like the
see.
magic elixir.
Maybe it's a magical. We don't even know it yet.
Yeah, it's like one of those tonics from like the 19th century. Hey, step right up.
Step right up. This will cure tuberculosis and grow your hair.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
You know what show I watched was about like that? Not Nightmare Alley, I think it was called. With it's pretty good. It was about the carnival people in those days. What's the guy from The Hangover? The guy Phil from The Hangover. What's his name?
Phil?
Yeah. You know,
Are you
who I'm
going by
talking about.
character name?
Yeah, his character was Phil. Yeah.
Was that the dentist?
No, the other guy.
The
School teacher.
school teacher. Yeah, that's
Him.
from Silver Linings Playbook. Bradley
Yeah,
Cooper.
that guy. Bradley Cooper. He was in that movie, Nightmare Alley. It's a good movie. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good. According to who?
Me.
All right.
All right, what do you got? We're running out of stuff here.
Has Throwbot ever asked for a raise? No, Throwbot's never even asked for lunch. That's why we like it so much.
Beauty of it. And they
I'm going to
always
be
told us
working
to
on
see him.
Throwbot tomorrow, actually.
Doing what?
Filming new bowling balls.
Oh, I thought you were going to be working on the robot, like repairing it or something.
No, if I tried to work on that thing, like, it wouldn't work anymore.
You're probably right. How many people are entered in the contest?
Well, the entries are closed at the moment. I'm gonna refresh that and see. Has Thronebot ever complained about carry? No,
No,
but I
no.
have.
Yes,
Especially when it's getting towards the end of the shooting, and I need to get like that last strike or two, and it stones an 8-pin, or messenger goes in front of the 10, stone 9. Those are infuriating. Let me just say that. Those are infuriating because it's not just, oh, just go ahead and just do it again. Like, you got to wait for the ball to come back. You got to get Throwbot set up again. You got to start all over. It's not a fast process. People ask us all the time, why don't you live stream or do a video of Throwbot? Well, because there's going to be a whole lot of nothing going on. I could probably get 14 shots in an hour. So not very exciting.
No.
So, I'm going to try to find one comment for you to answer, and I'm going to go pick a winner. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Give me an easy question.
Tyler said, what about Soto?
We're going to recreate him in the aggregate. Cody Bellinger and Christian Walker.
That ain't going to get you there.
That gets us there.
You would say, hey, Juan Soto's doing his shimmy. It makes the women of
right,
puke, but you can't even say that anymore. He's playing across town.
He's playing across town, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting to see what happens. So the Metkeys.
This one's right up your.
They got the other guy too. They got Clay Holmes.
This one's right up your alley, right here.
All right, I'm ready. Bowling alley. Mm-hmm.
How much is bowling not benefiting from sports betting? When will major betting platforms start adopting it? I'll let you take over.
I love that one. I'll tell you what. Yeah, because Tom Clark made that comment to me one day about the next step was to get sports betting, and I'm sitting there saying, "Let me tell you how it's not going to work," and I'll tell you my logic. The prize fund isn't great enough to prevent someone from throwing a match. Think about it. Jason Belmonte is bowling. Pick a guy. I don't know. And Jason's 8-1 favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the casino and I bet $10,000 on Jason, on the other guy, and Jason throws the match because first prize in the tournament is $20,000. But I just gave him 40. I gave him half of the winnings. Yeah. So think about it. There has to be a reason for that to work or how it can work. And if casino betting, sports betting like they do now, you can't buy it right now because it's too big of a situation. But when you're dealing with people that have relatively low income from bowling. And I'm not talking about just the title match. Let's talk about the matches in the finals during the week where the difference between 12th and 11th place is $500. They're bowling for $1,500. I can go make a fortune in the casino by betting that match and having one side tank it. Yeah. I'm not saying they would. And by no means do I think Jason or anybody else would do that. I'm just saying, I'm giving you an example of player A being a 10-1 favorite over player B, and I can go bet and get 10 times my amount, and that's greater than the prize fund. So it's not going to work. They do it now. I mean, there's betting now. I just don't know how they're managing it. I think it's
been done a couple times. I think when the World Series last time was in Reno. Yeah, I think, and some of the majors they had betting on them.
But they might have They might have a very small minimum, a maximum on it too, to control that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. You can't let me walk in there with $10,000 on a match I already know is fixed.
Just get 100 people to go bet 100.
Exactly. Well, we've done that before. So anyway, you have a winner? I got a clock.
Are we ready to do that already? You want to take any more questions?
No, go ahead. I'll take more questions.
Hold on. see what we got here. How many versions of the purple hammer for the kicker? I'm gonna play those lottos today. I'm gonna do that. I think we're gonna win.
I think we will.
In this case, if our numbers hit tonight, this is gonna be the last episode. 84 is it.
I'm in.
You're in. You're in for what?
If we
Retirement?
win,
You should have
if we
retired
win-
20 years ago.
if we win, hey, so I was telling you off the air, we're going this hunting trip, 50 square mile ranch in the middle of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
literally in the middle of nowhere. We'd have to drive around with our cell phones to try to spot where you might have got a signal. Then we tie like an orange ribbon on that bush, so you go there and make a phone call. My buddy David got Skylink, so we're gonna fiddle around with that while we're out there. So if we win, you need to call me because I won't come back.
If we win, I might just notify you by certified mail. I'll be like, well, I mean, technically, he didn't actually pay up. He just said he's in.
Yeah, then Rocco and Rocco would be visiting you at your home.
I'll have armed guards. It's fine.
Mhm.
You won't even know where I am. I'll be in some island.
You'd be in Argentina. Go ahead, give me another question. If you got any. Go ahead.
Let's see what we got. Bold prediction over here by this gentle lady. I don't know. We're going to see strings at 20% of the market in 10 years. Okay.
It's probably
I mean,
right.
I think
I don't see that.
15%. I don't know that it ever gets above 20, but I say 15 in that same time frame.
It's all reasonable.
I think it's going to be still few and far between. I mean, how many centers are in there in the U.S. right now? 2,000? How many?
I think it's 2,800, maybe.
2,800?
I think so. Maybe a little less,
Okay.
2,200.
So
Here's the deal, though.
500 plus centers is going to be string in 10 years. That's what the prediction is.
Maybe. Here's the deal that I see. If all the people that said they wouldn't bowl if there was string pin didn't, it would probably be the same ratio as all the people that left the country because Trump won.
You just had to say it.
I had to say it. I just get a kick out of that.
Mm-hmm. Still zero.
Yeah, it is.
I think
No, a couple of them did. A couple of them left.
I think more people are leaving the country because their affiliation with Diddy.
You're probably right. That's going to be a big crowd gone.
Oh my
God.
goodness. All right, let's pick a winner. Are we
Go
ready?
ahead. I'm ready.
You got your timer?
I have a clock.
We just talked about Trump and Diddy, so I think it's time to end the show.
Let's see. All right, I'm ready.
All right. The winner this week
Is
Scott Sanderson. Scott Sanderson, you got 90 seconds. You're on the clock.
All right, here we go. It's going. Scott,
I think,
if you're here.
I think more people are leaving the country because of Phil's jokes.
You're probably right.
Probably right. Scott Sanderson, are you here? Check in. Say you're here. And if you're not here.
All right, Scott, you have 70 seconds.
Time's ticking. No time like the present.
Time like the present. Scott
Sanderson, where are you?
Maybe I chased him away with my joke.
Yeah, he probably clicked off. He probably left the country already.
Maybe he did.
Scott Sanderson, check in with us.
Scott, you have 40 seconds. You have 50 seconds. No, actually, we said 90, right? You have 45 seconds.
You're bad at math.
I'm bad at math. 90 for 45 seconds.
Scott. You're only going to get one spin if you
Right.
don't check in, Scott.
60 seconds is up right now. You have 30 seconds, Scott.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, Scott. I'm giving up on you.
Oh, man.
It'll be
One
under the
and
wire if
done.
he gets in. Scotty.
One and done. That's all you're going
Uh-oh.
to get. One spin. That
One
takes away
spin.
all the fun for everybody.
Yeah, just all thinking about yourself again, aren't you? All right. You got 10 seconds. 8, 6,
I think if they don't show up, they should
4.
just get a grip sack.
2, 1, stop.
Okay, one spin.
One
Maybe
spin.
for the new year, we'll make the rule that if you're not present, that you don't
can't
get the
win?
spin. Yeah, you get the repick. Maybe
Oh,
for the first year.
all right. Let's try that. Okay.
For the new year, I think we'll
All
talk
right,
about it.
We'll talk
more,
about
but
that. We'll have to have a board meeting.
when we're bored.
When
We have
we're
a meeting.
bored. I'm bored. Let's have a meeting. Go
We'll
ahead.
see. but that might make sense. You know, we want to actually give prizes away to people that are watching and tuned in and not just showing up.
And it'll also save us 90
Peacing out.
seconds.
And it'll save us 90 seconds of us saying somebody's name over and over again.
I agree with that. Maybe we'll do that. We'll have a vote. We'll have a committee.
We'll have a 2-person vote. All right. Well,
vote.
Scott, this is going to be your gift. Hopefully, it's a 3-ball arsenal.
That's right.
And you know, hopefully it's a grip sack. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm going to give it a mega spin since I only have to do 1 spin today for real. And whatever it lands is what you're going to get. So
that's it.
Good luck to you. Here.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I don't know. I actually tapped it. Let's see what we got here. Come on. Oh, almost got to the 3-ball arsenal. It bounced right off of it. But yeah, backpack. Hey, that was almost back-to-back weeks there. It just didn't have the gusto to get there.
Well, Scott, wherever you are, you're getting a backpack. A nice backpack, by the way.
It's a nice backpack. I'm telling you, it's a nice backpack.
A nice backpack. It's good.
But yeah, we'll talk about it. I mean, if they're not here, they get a grip sack. And if they are here, then they can have their spins. How about that? That could be another option. I don't know.
We got to talk about it. Don't throw out too many things right now. You're confusing.
Maybe we'll have a separate spinner to decide that, whether they get a grip sack or if they get
See you,
no
Nick.
spin at all.
Next week, we're back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Let me check my schedule. Make sure I didn't screw it up again. Let's see. What's next week? The 18th?
Next week will be the 18th. Yeah.
Then we got to figure out Christmas, what we're going to do.
Well, I'll be out of the office for the last 2 weeks. So we might have a Christmas break there because I think what day is Christmas this year? Thursday?
Wednesday?
Yeah, that ain't going to work. No, neither is Christmas Eve. So, and then it's going to be New Year's. So we're probably going to have 2 weeks. So next week will be the last podcast of the year.
That's right. Next year will be the last podcast. Next week will be the last podcast of the year.
And tonight might be the last podcast ever if those lotto numbers hit.
I got to take these with me and make sure I don't get scammed, Nick. All of a sudden, he won't tell me we won. Nick won't be at the office anymore. What happened? No, we hadn't seen him. He hadn't been here in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on vacation.
He just stopped showing up.
That's it. All right. You guys, we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Let's hope those numbers come in.
I hope those numbers do too, because...
Hey, if they come in and we have a show next week, we'll do 2 spins.
We'll just start spinning. Well, everybody that gets in, no. Just give away everything before we take off. That's funny.
That's perfect. We'll see you guys. Have a good weekend. Good week.
Take care.
See you later, Nick. All right,
and
buddy.
Scott, we'll get back. I'll get with you on email to get your shipping info for that backpack that you won. So take care.
We'll see you.
See y'all next week.
See ya.